Hey guys, it's Josh. I've been working a little bit in the background just today on a little side project, which is our speed button. And as you know, when you go into a session, at any point you can go in here and kind of cycle through the different speeds at which you watch playback. At the 1x speed, there's no special visual treatment, but anything besides that, you get a nice blue kind of obvious, hey, you're in a different speed setting here. One of the downsides, though, to this is the fact that you have very little, you have basically zero discrete control over what speed you're playing at. And so what that means is for me to get to 4x, I have to cycle through at least one of them to get to it. And then to get back around the horn, I have to gotta hit the half speed and then the 1 speed. That's not too bad when you've got 4 discrete things, but you still want to never really have a UI where you've got to cycle through these things kind of unknowing kind of what's ahead of you. And of course, if we ever wanted to add extra speeds, then this UI in general would just become almost useless. We're just at the edge of making this thing useless or frustrating at the least. So I've come up with a new approach to this today. I'll quickly show you some of the old stuff just to kind of re-jog your memory. I've shared some of this stuff in the past. Let's see here. So I've shown this UI, I think, this idea of like this kind of vertical tall menu, and your active state's always here at the bottom, but you can quickly go through and pick one of the others. What I didn't like about that, though, is that it requires pretty exact mouse movement to get from the 4 to the 1. I've got to travel my mouse a little further than seems necessary. Again, there's this tension of being able to cycle through versus discrete control. And so these weren't actually doing it for me, but I made a new prototype today that I think actually strikes the right balance of everything. And this is what it looks like. So this is a little prototype. So whenever you hover the speed, you get a little indication that it's a selectable thing. That's just the basic hover state. But if I pause for even a split second further, I get a little menu that pops up. And when I hover into that menu, I can click on whatever one I want. I can click on the 5, the 2, the 4. I'll click on the 4, and you can see we're now within 1 click, we're at the 4 speed. And I've also retained the ability, so when you're in this state, you can still cycle through the way that you do today. So this is good for our existing users, but it's also just kind of useful to be able to see the things I'm cycling through, where I'm headed, where I've been as I do it. So you can do it pretty quickly. And then at the 1, when you hover out, it goes away. And so you can see the interaction is pretty straightforward. And it retains what we have today with a little bit better discrete control over what you want to do. So that's it. Thanks.